Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Friday, March 1st. It is 6:25 right now. Market's gonna open in about 5 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. Just got a couple of things here to update. And we should be good to go. All right, a few more things here. It's good. All right. Looks like we are good to go. Majority of people are here. So now I'm going to go ahead and mark up liquidity over here on the daily chart. So zoom out a little bit. Sorry for the late start, guys. Just technical issues, of course. Always happens when you least expect it. So I get on pretty quick right now. So we got liquidity marked up right there, going down to the 8-hour. Going down to the 4-hour. Going down to the 2-hour. Down to the 1-hour. Down to the 30-minute. That red. Down to the 15-minute. Down to the 10-minute. And it looks like we are good to go. All right, so looking at price right now, we currently have liquidity down below at 38,996, and we have liquidity above at 39,031. So we got that there. Going over to our clean chart, I'm going to mark up 6:30, 8 o'clock. Go on the 4-hour identify structure here. Structure way up here, structure down here. Going down to the 1-hour. We got structure up here. And we got structure down here. All right, so price is like pretty much in the middle. It's not too close to either structure, but we'll see what happens here on market open. Going over here to our main chart, I think we had news at 6:45. That's pretty much it. 6:45, 7:15. So 6:45, 7:15. All right, looks good for the most part. Here is our breakout V3 chart. There's no entries available right now. There's no V1 pattern, so we're good for right now. Looking over here at the PRB, currently have a bearish trend, so we're probably going to look for a sell here if you guys are looking to take the PRB. Just a reminder, guys, if you guys skipped the session yesterday, I'm not taking the PRB anymore. The problem with taking the PRB and the breakout V3 is that I can't take trades in opposite directions. So I have to pick one or the other, and the breakout V3 has a higher win rate. So obviously going to be focusing mainly on the breakout V3. So if you guys are looking to take the PRB, I'll mark it up for you guys, but I'm not going to be taking it. I'm only going to be taking the breakout V3 over here. So, all right, guys, morning, everybody. Market is now open. There's no V1 patterns here yet, so we're okay with that. Here's the PRV. I'll mark up opening price over here real quick. Nicholas asks, anyone knows if Ernest trades while driving? There's a couple of people actually that trade while they drive, which I never recommend, but for some people, you got to do what you got to do. All right, so we have everything marked up here. Opening price is marked up right there. So if this candle rejects off the pivots right here, this could possibly be a first setup for the PRB. Again, I'm not taking the PRB, I'm only taking the breakout V3. So it's going to be mainly what I'm going to be looking for here. But there's no V1 pattern, so there's nothing for us to really look at here to take at this specific moment. Yeah, Drew said 405 doves. I know Drew's like one of the people that used to trade on his drive to work. I don't know if he still does, but he was definitely doing that before. All right, guys, so it looks like liquidity got hit on both sides. Not sure who caught either of them, but it looks like Nick identified it, Maddie identified it. So if you guys took any liquidity here on either side, full TPs on both ends here. So liquidity pretty much got knocked out both ways, depending on which one you guys took. If you took the sell, full TP. If you took the buy, full TP. Either way, there goes that. There's no PRV ready. There's no PRV entry setting up just yet. There's no trend at the moment. So once the trend shifts, we can start looking for a possible, PRV there, but there's no PRV here at the moment. You got the high impact news coming up at 6:45. Just want to be a little careful if you guys are looking to enter anything here. All right, so price pushed up or rejected off the 4-hour structure up here. Or 1 hour actually. So this is the 1 hour resistance level. Price came up, rejected directly off the 1 hour resistance. Now it's swinging back down. There's no opportunities for a PRV yet. There's no V1 pattern, so there's no BV3 yet either. Now again, we're just waiting. All right, so we're getting a rejection right here off the pivots. So this could be the first step for a PRB. If it doesn't reject off it, then there's not going to be any entry there or any opportunity actually. No entry yet, but it'd be the first step. Then you look for space, then you look for another rejection, then you look for entry. But again, I'm not taking the PRB. Just mark it up for you guys. Projecting off these sessions as well. There's a V1 pattern setting up right here, but we're not going to be able to take a buy for the BB3 because there's a buy signal that's already placed right here. So most likely not going to get a buy here for the breakout V3. But it is rejecting off the pivot, so this could be a first setup for the PRB if anybody is looking to take that entry there. Okay, so there goes the first step right there. We had a rejection off the pivots. Now you're looking for some space or consolidation. And then you look for another rejection right before entry. So we have a V1 pattern right here. Actually, we don't. Sorry, I take that back. I thought there was a low there, but there wasn't. So there's no V1 pattern there, at least not yet. So the PRB is on its next step. You're looking for some space consolidation. This candle right here is rejecting off the structure, so it's not looking like it's going to be space or consolidation. You're looking for some sort of doji candle in a sideways movement, which is not here present at the moment. It's pretty crazy today well, today's March 1st. So typically the first of the month and the last of the month is typically held like highly manipulated. Plus we have some high impact news at 6:45. So this isn't very unusual, but it's not normal market conditions for a regular day. But since today is the first of the month, this is sort of normal. Highly manipulated. Plus we have some. So trying to check the stream to see if it was still good. Stream's good. All right, so price again is rejecting off the structure over here, so there's no space again. There's no V1 pattern still, so still no opportunity for entry. So there's nothing here. Again, we have news at 6:45, news at 7, and news at 7:15. A lot of news events coming up over here. 6:45, 7, 7:15. All right. Nick said, is that Ernest smoking a black and mild? Yeah, I haven't seen those in a while either. All right, guys, so we're watching over here real quick. There's no opportunities here at the moment. Looking at this right now, we currently have space. So we have the rejection right here. Let me go back to the PRB markup. So we have the rejection off the pivots right here. This red candle right here is going to be space. This can also be space as well. And then you'll be looking for price to push back up, retrace, and continue up higher. It's not looking like this is going to be the entry here just yet, but it is getting close to it. And if price drops below and the trend shifts, then there's no longer going to be any opportunity there for a PRB. So just keep that in mind. So nothing here yet. Daniel said high level momentum hit. Didn't take it since it was at the sessions. Yeah, so there's a high level momentum scalp that came up right here, as you guys can see. There's a higher high. The sell signal broken close past the pivots 1 and 2. However, it was right at the session, so there's no opportunity there for the high level momentum scalp due to the red flag. But that was a high level momentum scalp entry for anybody who looked or whoever was looking to take that specific entry there. Again, there's no V1 patterns. So there's no opportunities here for any breakout V3s. There's no pivot scalps, or sorry, there's no PRB entries available right now either because of the pull down below. I'm kind of glad we stopped applying the PRB because it is kind of tricky. As you guys can see here, it's actually really tricky with these sideways markets. It works good when the market's trending, but when the market's going sideways like this, it's really tricky because price will pull back below the trend and then swing back up. Like this is price is just whipsawing back and forth. You had price kind of reject, space, go under, and now the trend's starting to shift, but it hasn't exactly shifted just yet. Yeah, so we got news at 6:45, high impact, it's inflation news, global manufacturing PMI. Then we have manufacturing news orders, prices, employment at 7. And then at 7:15, we have the Fed speaking. So it's a little tricky day with regard to the news. Let's see, Nick said, might just protect profits for today with the way the market's bouncing. Yeah, I mean, if you guys don't want to trade today, or if you guys don't need to trade, that's completely fine. I'm going to be trading because I kind of have to. This is like the only way I can test the strategies to see whether they are valid or not. So I'll have to be the guinea pig for you guys, which is fine. So there's no PRB entry here, guys, as you guys can see. Now you're looking for the trend to shift to the downside. And we're now going to be looking for another opportunity in this direction. So 6:40 right now. We got about 5 minutes till the news, 20 minutes till 7. If the PRB doesn't happen by 7, there's going to be no PRB today. As you can see, there's just no direction in price. Price is going back and forth right now. Here's our clean chart. Price is now pulling back down below. This is the 1-minute support level. So we'll see if price bounces off this level here, or if it continues to drop lower. Nicholas said, Sean, later, a bit later, can you go over what you mean by you have access to the historical data? Yeah, sure, of course. We'll do that a little later. If not, we'll do that during the mentoring session, but I'll definitely show you guys later. It's a little secret that not a lot of people know about. Because when you trade futures, you can trade by contract. So you can just go to the specific contract for that specific time. But I'll go over that a little later once we have some free time. All right, so there's still no structure here. Price is kind of just going back and forth. As you can see, it's pushing back and forth. Let me check the news for today. So the news is forecasted to be positive. This can just be manipulation prior to news, because what might happen here is price might just continue dropping from this point. And then once we get closer to news, price spikes all the way back up, right? Because news is forecasted to be positive. Previously, it was 50.7. They're forecasting it to be 51.5. So that's obviously positive for inflation. And it looks like it's setting up right here. So we might get a double wick rejection right here and a setup for the breakout V3. So we do have a double wick rejection right there. This could be setting up for the breakout V3 as we speak. There's no entry yet for the PRV, but we'll be looking here for a buy signal and a following green candle. It's really close to news though, guys, so I wouldn't really recommend taking it, but again, I have to be the guinea pig here and have to make sure that trades are taken so we can identify the data. Yeah, if anything, I might just take it on one account instead of all of them. Just a little risky. Yeah, Nick, I hope for your sake that it doesn't print yet. Same here, bro. Same here. All right, so we got price climbing up right here for the PRB. Price needs to come up and reject off the structure, or pivot actually. So it's rejecting off the pivot right there. Actually not. So it looked like it was, but then it wasn't, because it did move a little bit on the candle close. So it's not looking like we're going to get the buy signal here, thankfully. And I can wait for after news. We have more news over here at 7 o'clock, but it's not as high impact as this. So we have some time here. All right, so we don't have any opportunities here for entry just yet. We got the news coming up right here at 6:45. I'm kind of curious to see how the price moves. I'm wondering if it's going to spike or if it's going to have a late reaction. I'm hoping it just spikes. If it spikes, better, because if it just spikes up, then we can get that manipulation out of the way, and we don't have to worry about it coming up later on. All right, so we got news right here. I'll mark up news price. Color that pink. Take this off. We're not getting too much of a reaction just yet. All right. So let's check the news real quick. News was positive, so price is likely to push up from here. So we might get that buy signal soon. Yeah, exactly. Nick said Friday in the first of the month, definitely be careful. Yeah. First of the month is usually tricky, but it also lands on a Friday, which makes it even worse because it's just trickiness on different levels. All right, so we actually have a V1 pattern on both sides now. V1 pattern on both sides. Right here for the PRB, we have the rejection off the pivots. So if we have space next, this can also be setting up for another entry as well. Looks like price is pretty much just going to range right here where it's currently at. It's going to range and consolidate for a bit. Let's check the news at 7 o'clock. What's coming up at 7? We actually do have high impact news at 7 o'clock. So we have Michigan consumer sentiment. We have ISM manufacturing PMI. They're both forecasted to be positive. So that's going to be in line with what the news just came out right now at 6:45. We had manufacturing PMI, which is positive. Consumer sentiment, which is also inflation news, is forecasted to be positive. And the manufacturing PMI for ISM is also forecasted to be positive. So if that's the case, price might just consolidate here for a bit, and eventually it's going to climb up and climb up higher by 7 o'clock. So there's just a lot of opportunity here. Yeah, exactly. Maddie said today's a red flag in general. I agree. You have a lot of news. There's a lot of news coming up. Randy's asking, what was the sentiment at open? I don't know. I didn't check it today, but I think someone mentioned it above. See, scroll up above. Let's see. Maddie identified. He said it was 68% short. So it's not super heavy. It's 68%. It was 68% short. Typically, if it's above 75, it's very one-sided, but it's starting to kind of balance out a little bit. It's still one-sided right now. If it's above 65, it's still one-sided, but it's not as heavy as before. Before it was like in the 80s. All right, so we got price coming down right here. We have a new low, so this is no longer going to be useful for us. There's a new low that's come up right here, so that V1 pattern is no longer useful. Take this off. There still is no space here, or there is space now. So if you guys are looking to take the PRB entry, you're going to look for price to swing back up, reject off the pivots, and come back down. Yeah, Maddie said news is positive, but it's dropping. Looks like it's luring in sellers. I think price is just going to get manipulated down lower because the news that's coming up at 7 o'clock and 7 is forecasted to be positive. So they want to make some space here, right? They're trying to create some space in between where price is currently at, so that when news comes up at 7 over here, it can shoot all the way back up to open. So I'm hoping we get a V1 pattern somewhere down below here. I'm hoping price continues to drop. I prefer to drop even further. So I like it to keep dropping lower and lower and lower, so we have some space here. Provide a V1 pattern down here. And then come all the way back up, back to open, right? So I actually wanted to drop lower. Dropping lower is going to be more beneficial for us because there's going to be more space for us to take that breakout V3. All right, guys, so looking at liquidity over here, the lower level of liquidity got hit. So if anybody took this lower level, full TP again right there. Right back to the main chart. Yeah, price is still dumping right here. Yeah, I'm surprised it's dropping this much because the news was positive. All I can see here is that this is just straight manipulation for the next news event that's coming up in about 10 minutes. Looks like there might not be a PRB entry today, which is fine. So we still have the structure right there. I'm looking for the lower structure here to produce. Once it produces, we'll be looking for a possible buy. All we can look for here is a buy anyways. We can only look for a buy because there's a sell signal that's currently running. So the only thing we can look for would be a buy signal, of course. I know Maddie said the yawn indicator, sit on hands, right? Boring market. Well, it's not a boring market, but it's a boring market for us. There's a lot of manipulation going on. I can see a lot of people's accounts getting blown today, or right now specifically, who's trying to catch this swing back up. You know, a lot of people try to catch the swing back up. This is why I never try to identify the bottoms and the tops. I look for the confirmation. So like I can look for a V1 pattern and then maybe get lucky and take this for a quick buy, right? But I never look for that. I look for the V1 pattern and then I look for the confirmation with the breakout V3. But that's really where you can confirm if price is likely to keep pushing up or not. Because if not, it's probably going to continue dropping. If you guys remember the scalp strategy that I was discussing with you guys earlier this week, there was an entry right here. So we had a sell signal, price came up, rejected off this point. And if you wanted to take that for a sell, you could have taken that straight down for a pretty big sell right here. So yeah, as I told you guys in the past, I'll probably host a masterclass for that. It's more of it's an advanced way of trading, but it's very, very simple. Like I used to sit at my computer screen like all day and scalp just like that. Look for momentum, look for the rejection on the top end, and then continue it back down. I would typically go for 100, but you can go for like higher RRs if you really wanted to. Or you could have just kept entering. There's an entry right there, full TP, entry right there, full TP, another rejection right there, full TP, another one right there, full TP. So 4 entries right here. You could have broken it up into 4 different entries, or you could have taken one big entry off this momentum right here. And it kind of goes hand in hand with the momentum pullback scalp. So if you guys like to take the MPS, you can use both of them. You can use the MPS and you can use the scalp here as well, which we call the high frequency scalp strategy. All right, so there's still no entries here. The PRB still hasn't provided any rejection back off this top pivot. So there just hasn't been any entries here available yet. There's no V1 patterns here, so there's nothing that we can really look at. Again, it's just a matter of waiting for this here to play through. Nice, Rashid. I just saw your markup right there. Nice. Drew said he's been trying that a lot on his own. Yeah, there's a ton of ways to trade, guys. Like I've been trading for so long that I have so many different ways of applying these strategies and identifying entries and taking quick scalps. I think that the way that the best way that I trade in is quick scalps. I like to get in and out super quick. So I have a lot of strategies that you guys can use that I don't really teach people because it's not for a beginner. Like, you know, there's people here that always want like something they want some kind of structure, but there is structure with this, but you have to be paying attention very quickly. It's really just following momentum, rejection, entry, momentum, rejection, entry. And it's just a repeat of the process over and over again. But yeah, in the future, I'll probably hold a master class. I'll just get whoever's like actually profitable and who's actually good at following directions. And I'll teach you guys because it's a really good strategy, but you have to be on the charts. Like you have to be very focused and you have to be on the charts for longer than I typically want to. Liquidity got hit again below. Damn, liquidity is getting wiped out right now, guys. So if you guys saw the liquidity that I marked up from today, ton of liquidity here getting knocked out. So whoever is taking these entries here, I mean, they're making bank right now because all of them pretty much hit. This one hit, this one hit, this one hit, this one hit. It's a 1030, but so you can see that it does have enough space to survive the drawdown. but I'm surprised it's dropping this much when the news earlier was positive. I really think this is just manipulation to the downside. Because there was only one news event today, and that caused all the drop. Let's go to CNBC real quick. You just gotta wait for a CNBC over here to report that the market is dropping. Once they report the market is dropping, price is gonna swing all the way back up. So just keep an eye out for breaking news on CNBC. Once they say, oh, US30 or YMs are dropping like 200 points, then you're gonna see price swing all the way back up. And we have a V1 pattern right here. Perfect. It's exactly what we were looking for. We got the V1 pattern right here. This could be the reversal, possibly. And we'd be looking for the buy signal and continuation to the upside. All right, so we are now looking for the swing to the upside. There's no PRB entry yet. So as long as price stays above the support level right here, we can possibly get a pushback to opening price. But again, we'll have to wait. So the volatility here is starting to slow down a bit. As you can see, it's getting closer and closer to the news price, which is at 7 o'clock. We have a lot of high impact news again right here, some more inflation news. As I said earlier, the news here at 6:45 was positive, but this thing dumped like, let's see. So from this high point down here, it dumped almost 100 points. That's a lot of points. It's a lot of manipulation right there. So you might want to be a little careful. I mean, who knows? Price might get manipulated further. CNBC still hasn't reported on anything yet. I think they're going to wait. So I think once the next news event comes up at 7, then CNBC will report on the news. They don't want to report on just one news event because we have other inflation news that's coming up here as well. So we've got Michigan consumer sentiment, which is forecasted to be positive, and manufacturing ISM PMI, also forecasted to be positive. But yeah, this is way overextended for a sell at this point. Market open right here, price pushed up about 60 points, and then it dropped about 100 points. We'll see price makes its way back up to opening price or somewhere near it. The ATR is not even that high. ATR is currently at 16 right now. So the volatility is not really there. It's just, it just had a random, fall down right here. But each candle individually is not really moving that heavy. There's maybe like 1 or 2 candles here that are moving heavy, but not all the candles as a whole. All right, we got news in about 2 minutes. Looks like there's not going to be any PRB entry today, guys. It's getting close to 7 o'clock right here. So the PRB is not coming up today. My guess is that price is going to consolidate around this area for a bit, for like the next 2 minutes, once the news comes out. Right, we got about 2 minutes till news. We got a double body rejection off the support right here. We got the V1 pattern rejection right there. Price came back to retest. And it looks like we're going to get we might get the breakout V3 like right on the news candle if this here closes with the buy signal. It's always tricky trading news. But you guys can see it's doing exactly what we just anticipated. Like I mentioned, it's probably going to consolidate here a bit, and then it'll probably push up off of the news here. So it actually looks like there might not be a buy signal there yet. All right, so no buy signal. Yeah, Nick said unless there's a big spike last second, which I wouldn't be surprised. That's typical. And there goes a spike, Nick. Damn, look at that big spike. No buy signal though. There goes the buy signal right there. Huge, huge spike. I was expecting that exactly. So it's doing exactly, it went right to opening price. You guys see what happened? It went literally to opening price. Look at that blue line right there. Damn. So I knew this was gonna happen. Like I was like, there's no way, like the news was positive. There's no way this thing's gonna keep dropping. And it literally came down, V1 pattern, reversal pattern right here, and then it spiked all the way back up to opening price. So, we've seen this before, guys. Like, whenever we see these types of things happening, like manipulation, a lot of people don't believe in manipulation, but it just doesn't make sense. Like, there's no reason for price to be dropping like that when the news earlier was positive. And then again, right here, it got manipulated again because the news was actually negative. So it spiked up for correction and then it came right back down. And you can see here it's pretty much all negative. That's why I always find it funny when people try to argue that there's no manipulation in the market. Then what's this, right? What's this if there's no manipulation? Because the news was negative, it shouldn't have spiked up, but it did spike up to stop everybody out. Basically, what happened here is it stopped everybody out. Whoever was chasing the sell, they just got wiped out, and then price came right back down. And now we're back to nowhere. And there's another huge V1 pattern right here. Right, right, Lucas. This is you on cross-examination. And what's this, right? What's this? No, it's funny. It's just funny because like you see a lot of people who try to argue that manipulation doesn't happen in the market, but it literally happens right here. Like this is as obvious as it gets. Um, but I mean, it is what it is. That wick right there is crazy. So there's no breakout V3 coming up anytime soon, or I mean, it might still come up. There's no V1 pattern here from the top side. Yeah, Lucas said Exhibit A. Jeff's asking if there's a breakout V3 to come out. I have no idea whether I should go for a long with that huge wick. Yeah, so the huge wick right here is tricky because it just shows that price got knocked back down and there's no more liquidity sitting right here, right? This would have been okay if there was no big wick because we'd have all the liquidity just waiting to be filled here. So it's a little tricky for the breakout V3, but if we do get a buy signal here, the breakout V3 is still valid for a buy, right? So we get a buy signal right there that's pending. It's still valid for a buy because we have the V1 pattern right here. So we're still looking for the same thing. It's just this huge wick over here kind of is throwing us off. And I'm pretty sure it's throwing everybody else off too, because I was expecting price to fill the gap right here, right? This was expected, but I wasn't expecting the big wick like this to happen. I thought it was going to be a slow climb back to the upside. So we got the breakout V3 that is setting up right here. We have a pending buy signal. There's still 40 seconds left on this candle though. So just keep that in mind, guys. It's not closed yet because this buy signal can easily disappear, within the last 10 seconds of the candle close, like it just did right there. So we got 20 seconds left on the candle. Again, you just got to be patient. That's kind of what I like about the breakout V3 is that you're not really jumpy, right? You're kind of just waiting because you're not going to get any setup until like the candle actually closes. And then your entry is not even on that momentum. You're waiting for it to follow. So again, like I said, there's no momentum there. It's not looking like we're going to get an entry at this point, which is fine. I'm okay with price kind of consolidating here a bit. The thing that I'm worried about most is that there's another low that'll come up. So I don't want another low to come up because if there's another low, then this is not going to be useful for us. And we're going to have to wait for another double body or double wick to come up before we can look for entry. So I'm hoping it comes down, but it doesn't come down too, and never mind. As soon as I said that, price came down super hard. And here we go. We have another low. So this lower low is no longer useful to us. We can't use that as a double body or double wick. Like literally, as soon as I said that, I said, I hope price doesn't come down low enough because it's going to knock out this lower low. And it did. It knocked out the lower low, and we have to look for more structure here again. So again, guys, we're probably going to be sitting tight for a bit. This is okay because the entries for the breakout V3 typically don't come up until like closer to 8 anyways, like around the 7:40 time. Right now, it's still kind of early. And we have another double body right here. Perfect. This is a V1 with confluence, actually. Yeah, Maddie said. So there's a V1 with confluence right here. If anybody's looking to take this, I mean, feel free. I can't take it because it's gonna eat into my margin. But yeah, this here would be a V1 with confluence. There's a V1 right here. So it's basically a double bottom. If this candle closes green, this is a very clean double bottom rejection with reversal pattern in place. So I'm not going to take it because I can't eat into my margin. If I take this trade here, I don't know if I'll be able to take the breakout V3. But this here is a V1 with confluence. This is one of the official strategies that we typically apply for the scalps. It's a little tricky because you can see how like candles are moving, but yeah, the candle's pretty huge. But this would be a V1 variation with confluence. So it's running right there. See, I'll mark it up right here. I'll just keep it running here on the main chart. So if you guys want to follow it, the candle is just kind of big, but it does meet criteria for V1 with confluence. I mean, again, price might just bounce around this area for a bit before it swings up, but eventually it might swing up. If it provides a buy signal there, then this could be the breakout V3. Yeah, Maddie says he's going to sit out on it because the candle's just a little too big. But we have another V1 pattern here. So I'll be looking for that breakout V3 to come up after. And now we wait. So the Fed's going to speak at about 7:15. Fed is speaking at 7:15. So price is pushing back up. We have this pending buy signal right here. This is perfect, exactly what we're looking for. But again, we have to wait for it to close. So the candle needs to close. Once it closes, we'll have opportunity for a possible breakout V3. I actually like this setup a lot better. It's a double body rejection. Plus, yeah, exactly. Maddie said it looks like the V1 with confluence might push it up. We have some pretty good confluences here. Double body rejection or double reversal rejection actually off this support. And I mean, if it climbs up, great. Right. I'm going to wait for this candle to close. If it doesn't close, I'm going to go to our new chart. I'm going to make some new markups just to identify structure on the open market. All right, buy signal looks like it's going to close. Perfect. We're now looking for the breakout V3. All right, if this candle here closes green, this is going to be the breakout V3 entry. Again, you have to wait for the candle to actually close. It has 40 seconds left on it, so it's a lot of time. But if it closes green, this would be the entry for the breakout V3. I'm just hoping it doesn't push up too high. It's kind of, I don't want to get too close to opening price. I want it to push up to opening price, but not yet. Got 20 seconds left on the candle. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. Candle's closing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Order filled. Order filled.
All right, so there goes the entry right there.
Order submitted.
All right, I just want to make sure it's proper. Yeah, looks fine on my end. All right, so the V1 over here hit full TP. If anybody caught the V1 variation right there, nice work, full TP on that. Price is pushing up. Target price point for me is going to be opening price, of course, where it'll probably push up to where I want it to push up to at least, but my TP is right below it. So my TP is right below the opening price. But if it does climb up higher, that's kind of where we're expecting price to push up to. So now we wait. I don't know if CNBC reported anything yet. Let's see. Pushing here. Yeah, I'd like it to just fill the wick right here, just spike right back up to the opening price, and that'll be solid for us. That'd be ideal. And my phone goes crazy when I enter a trade because it has to execute on all the Tradeovate accounts, full TP.
Order filled.
Bam, bitches. All right, so we got full TP right there. We have a net win of 2 wins for this week for the BB3. Yeah, guys. So that's what I'm saying, man. You take 1 trade a day and you're good. No drawdown, literally straight to TP. And I'm actually kind of glad that the wick pushed up like this because it gave us a guideline, right? We're like, okay, price spike up here. So if it wants to fill the gap, it's gonna have to push up past that point. And this is why I don't get greedy, right? I know some people want to get greedy and hold it up till open, which is fine, but this is the game plan, right? 25-25, hit my TP. That was nice, pretty nice. So I'm in profit pretty nice for this week. I'm like up. I guess I'm up a 1 net win because I had a half loss earlier this week, but I'll show you guys my profits. But yeah, I mean, pretty solid right there. Hopefully everyone took it. Everyone seems happy, so I'm glad. I'm assuming everybody took it. This was just a perfect trade. You know, we had the perfect confluence here, as you guys can see. I had the structure drawn up down here for the support. We had the reversal pattern, came back for a double bottom, but basically double bottom reversal. And then it just pushed up perfect, like literally perfect to our TP with no drawdown. So this is the type of entry we look for. I'm glad we were patient and waited for it because, you know, it played out exactly how we pictured it to play out. So yeah, great work, guys. Let me go and post the results over here real quick. Man, we're closing this week off great. We were kind of bummed out because, you know, the week's been kind of back and forth, but this week it's been solid. It's actually pretty good. I'm glad that we switched over to just the breakout V3 because I was getting tired of those break-even days. I was like, man, we win a trade, lose a trade, win a trade, lose a trade. Now we have 2 back-to-back wins for the breakout V3s. The breakout V3 has been pretty solid for the most part. So there goes that. Let me take a screenshot of my profits for the day. Yeah, and again, this is another reason why I'm keeping this private, guys. So I'm glad this isn't on the YouTube because this thing is too good. Like it's too good to share with the public, right? Just imagine if like thousands of people were applying this strategy, there'd be no profit for us. But since we're the only ones applying this, like nobody has my indicators. So I mean, nobody has my momentum indicator. So I'm hoping this keeps running for like a long period of time, which I'm pretty sure it will. As long as we keep this under the radar and I don't really share this with like the general public, like I'm currently am, I think we'll make a ton of profit trading this, guys. You guys just got to get on the live session or have the indicators yourself and apply this, and you guys should be good. You know, there's like about 77 people in this group, 77 people who are making a bunch of money off this strategy that nobody else knows about. So we'll be good. So here are my profits for the day. Locked in. Of course, I got some slippage here. I don't know what's going on with this. It's okay. I can't really complain, but yeah, there is some slippage there, of course, as you guys can see. I locked in 1,500, which was supposed to be my profit on my main account, and my other accounts locked in 1,260. One account locked in 1,440. So let's see, 1,260 times 18 plus 1,440 plus 1,500. I locked in 25,620 for the day, and I locked in more for the week because it added up. So let's see, plus 25,620 for the day. And then for the week, just a little more for the week, not anything too crazy, but I had a little more from the other win that I took earlier this week. So this is what I'm showing you guys, right? If you guys can just if you guys can just take one strategy, like you don't have to do anything crazy. You can just take one strategy a day, take proper risk, and your profits will add up because the win rate's so high for the strategy. So 1568 times, we'll say 17, right? Am my math right? Yeah, 17. Dude, my phone is still notifying. You see, can you guys hear my phone vibrating? My trade evade is still executing all of my 20 trades that I just took. Man, my battery's gonna die. I gotta figure out a way to turn off the notifications on my phone for trade because I have so many accounts that it just keeps ringing like, oh, trade executed, trade executed, trade executed. All right, 26,000 plus 1748 plus 1603 plus 2023. All right, so 32,000 for the week. This is crazy, right? Like I had 3 losses or 2 losses for the week. And I'm telling you, man, if you can lock in through like 1 or 2 wins a week, your profits will be crazy. All right, so I'm up 25,620 for the day, 32,030 for the week across all my accounts. And I can't wait to get all these accounts funded. Once they get all funded, it's gonna be crazy. Because yeah, man, 30,000 times 4. That's crazy. 30,000 times 4. 120,000 a month. That's crazy. Just thinking about how it's going to be. So yeah, we're going to keep applying the breakout V3. Well, for me specifically, if you guys want to take any other strategies, it seems like a lot of you guys here took the V1, so there's more profit there for you again, but it's just up to preference, right? For me, I'm taking 1 a day and I'm good. If you guys want to take the other ones, you know, then go ahead and take those as well. So other than that, let's take a look at everybody else's profits here. We have our team profits. So let's start off from the top. We have Drew over here, total profit of 11,863. Nice work, Drew. He said March Madness, right? Yeah, March is looking like it's gonna be a good month for us. So nice work right here, Andrew, locking in 11,863 on his funded accounts. We have Patricia over here, total profit of 3,765, all wins as well. We have Cam here, or sorry, Casey, not Cam. We have Casey, total profit of 369 per account. Well over about 700 for the day. Nice work, Casey. We have Maddie here, total profit of 2,880, all wins. We have Dejan, total profit of 2,150. Nice work, Dejan. We've got Cam here, total profit of 4,000 on one account, 2,000 on the other, 737 on the other 2. So he has well over, we'll say 7,000 for the day. Nice work, Cam. We have Narith here. We've got the whole family here. We got Cam, we got Cameron, and we got their dad, Narith here. Total profit of 32,260. Whole family killing it. Nice work, guys. Great work, Narith. See you guys there. We have Henry over here. He held it to full TP. Total profit of 1,375. Nice work, Henry. We got Maddie here. Total profit of 7,200 total. Nice work, Maddie. So Maddie's up 7,200 for the day. And 30,840 for the week. Crazy work right there, Maddie. Great work. We have Nick over here. Total profit of 750 on his FTMO and a total profit of 7,000 profit on his Apex. Great work, Nick. Nick's happy today, right? I know Nick said, I knew you were gonna say that, Nick. That's why I was gonna say that, because he said trailing drawdown is almost back to 5K, which is rad. So this is what I'm saying, guys. If you guys get on those hot streaks, your trailing drawdown doesn't mean anything because it just ends up balancing back out. So everybody should be back, well, for the most part, back at, like I can even show you my trailing drawdown here, or can I? I'll show you guys later. But yeah, my trailing drawdown was back at 5,000 too, because I had 2 back-to-back wins, so I don't have drawdown anymore. We have Nikki over here. She said that was fun. Total profit of 560 per account. She had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 accounts, so well over 4,000 for the day. Nice work, Nikki. We have Daniel over here. Total profit of 20,840 across all of his Apex accounts. Nice work, Daniel. Damn, look how much he made on his funded accounts. That's sick. So a lot of you guys locked in some pretty good profit, man. Apex might have to send me another sweater after this. I'm waiting for my sweater still. They might have to send me another sweater because all you guys over here are killing it. It's crazy because if you guys have seen from Apex, if you're like the top 100 traders in Apex, like in the whole Apex, you get a free gift. So at least like 20 of us here have got free gifts. So we're pretty much running Apex right now. Like majority of us here are top 100 traders on Apex. So we're all getting like free gifts, like free hats, free shirts, free all that stuff. So if you guys are killing it, you're probably gonna get something free as well. So just keep that in mind. Check out your email. Apex will give you a little notification like, hey, thanks for your hard work. Here's a free gift. We have Andreas here, total profit of 5,620 for the day. Nice work, Andreas. We got Jeff here, total profit of 3,000 for the day. Nice work, Jeff. We have Maria, total profit of 1,055. Great work, Maria. We have Kaner, total profit of 1,200 per account. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,000 across all of his accounts. We have Casey here, total profit of 1,500 per account. He has 2 accounts, so well over 3,000 for the day. We have Drew, some more profits here. Damn, it's crazy, Drew. Updated profits for March Madness Day. Total profit of 22,465, all wins. Nice work, Drew. We have Madhu, total profit of 1,800, all wins. We have Tom, total profit of well over 3,000 for the day and for the week. Nice work, Tom. We have John, total profit of 2,125. Great work, John. We have Rashida, total profit of 1,388. Nice work, Rashida. We have Lucas here, total profit of 507. Nice work, Lucas, on holding that to your full TP. We have Kenneth here. He got 2 more funded accounts, and he just hit his minimum withdrawal for his other funded accounts. So he's locked in 1,360 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 accounts. So well over 5,000 for the day. Nice work, Kenneth. We have Eunice here, total profit of 609, all wins. And lastly, we have Amal over here, total profit of 115 for the day. Nice work, Amal. And great work on resetting your trade psychology back into where it should be. All right, guys, so there's no other entries here available at the moment. If I see something, I'll let you guys know. There's a double wick right here, double body. So it might be setting up for another opportunity, but it wouldn't really matter because the trend here is bullish. You won't be taking any sells here at the moment for the regular scalps. Nice. Yeah. Kenneth said he's 50 away from another. So we took a solo trade and he's now funded. So nice work, Kenneth. Kenneth has, what do you have, like 500 accounts now? It's great work, guys. I'm glad to see a lot of you guys here killing it. You know, if you guys stick to the game plan, like I mentioned, you know, we talked about this at the beginning of the year. As long as you guys stick to the game plan, you guys are going to be successful no matter what trading with us. It's not rocket science. It's really just following directions, not blowing your account. And this is one thing that I talked about with a lot of people too, right? Your main goal when you're trading a funded account is to not blow the account. Your main goal is not to make a ton of profit. Your main goal is to not blow the account, because as long as you don't blow the account and you make consistent profits, you know, day over day, then you're going to make profits regardless. That's why for me, I don't really look at the profits. I make sure that I take wins in, and that's pretty much it. I just focus on winning. And the profits are just extra. So just keep that in mind, guys. If you guys are having problems with because I see so many people get funded and they blow the account. Actually, not so many people. I see maybe like 2 or 3 people in their group. They get funded really quick, they blow the account. Get funded really quick, blow the account. It's all about consistency, guys. So consistency and discipline. William said, I wanted to tell you all that he really likes Apex. He's so bent on staying with FTMO, but to see my trades close on point is a game changer. Yeah. Because you're trading raw price now, so you're not really getting that random spread. Yeah, Rashida said 1K a day keeps the job away. Exactly. All right, Daniel, we'll see you. Daniel said, damn, looks like the whole team crushed it on the team profits today. Good job, everyone. Have a great weekend. Yeah, we'll see you back here on Monday, Daniel. Well, William over here locked in 1,000 for the day. Nice work, William. And I think that's about it. Yeah, it's a great way to kick off March. All right, so we'll keep looking for any possible entries here, guys. I'm not really expecting much to happen here because you can see prices now going sideways. In order for us to have any more entries here for the regular scalps, we would need a V1 variation pattern from the bottom side. So we need something like this. If price continues to climb, we're probably not going to get that V1 pattern on the bottom side. Also, I'm just not really expecting too much to happen here because we do have the Fed speaking right now. So price might just consolidate here sideways for like the next 30 minutes or so. So if there's any other questions that you guys have, feel free to put them in the chat. It looks like a lot of you guys are just logging off now because you guys are done for the day, which I think if you guys made profit already, especially if you took the breakout V3, I would just wrap it up, guys. I mean, for me personally, I'm going to wrap it up regardless because I'm only taking one trade a day. But for everybody else, you know, this is Friday. So if you made profit on Friday, I'm pretty sure a lot of people did make profit. So you're one of those few people who are profiting on Friday, and you should just wrap it up and call it a day. So, yeah, other than that, Ramal's asking what's my contract size. I'm taking a 12 contract, Ramal. Because the thing is, the win rate's so high that I'm not expecting to lose very much, right? Now that we're not doing the break evens anymore, I'm just increasing to the normal lot size or normal contract size that I would typically use. Usually I would use a 10, but I'm using 12 now because the win rate's pretty good. It's like 75%. And we don't really have more than 2 back-to-back losses. So in order for me to blow my account, I need to have more than 3 back-to-back losses. And if I get to that point, I'll just lower my contract size back to 10. So that's what I'm using. All right, Lucas. Lucas said off for the charts for the day. Don't want to get greedy and get it back to break even. See y'all on the mentoring session. Have a great weekend. Yeah. All right, Lucas. All right, guys. So if there's any other questions that you guys have, I'll hang around for like the next few minutes. I'm not really expecting anything to happen here because in order for us to have any opportunities, like I mentioned, we need price to pull back, right? We need something like this to happen, which we're having this bullish push right here. And we have the Fed members speaking pretty much all morning. We had Fed Waller speaking at 7:15. We had Fed Logan speaking right after. Then we had Fed Bostic. So with all these Fed members speaking, it's probably going to push price up higher. We're probably not going to get any opportunities because we need price to come back down and then come back up. Yeah, Drew said out to great way to start the birthday weekend. Yeah, definitely, Drew. Happy early birthday to you, bro. I'm not sure when your birthday is, but yeah, man, celebrate. All right, bro. I'll see you back here on Monday. Nice, nice. Okay, yeah, it's a nice lead up to your birthday on Monday. So definitely, Drew. Happy early birthday, and I'll see you back here on Monday. Let's see. Delicia said, yeah, finally back in profit. So she's done for the week, staying on to support. Yeah, exactly, Delicia, definitely. Ross is asking, how do you know where the drawdown is on Apex? So if you log into Tradeovate, you got to log into Tradeovate. And then you'll go to the plus button. So if you log into Tradeovate on the web platform, you'll click on the plus button on the top right. You'll go down to accounts and then drag your account to your screen, your workspace. And then from there, you can go to the settings, turn on distance till drawdown, and it'll show you how far you are from your drawdown. Let me see if I could even show you guys. I just want to make sure I don't have my login information or my. Okay, so I actually don't want to show it because I don't want to show you guys my Apex account number. I know there's a lot of scammers out there, especially the guy who keeps scamming in the chat. And I know if I put out my Apex account number, let me see if I can take a screenshot of this. Maybe I can just do that. I just don't want. I'm like a little paranoid because that stupid scammer is always like just lurking in our group. You know, these scammers are something else. See. Yeah, let me see if I can just block this out real quick. I was trying not to show, but let me just block out my account numbers. Okay, I'm blocked out. All right, so this is where you do. So you log into your Apex account, or sorry, not your Apex. You log into your TradeAvate account. There's a plus button right here, and I should probably make a video for this later. But yeah, you'll there's a plus button right here. It'll drop down. You click on accounts, and then you drag your accounts to wherever you want on the chart. I have it down here on the bottom. So you have it right here. You click on the settings button. You enable distance to drawdown, and it'll show you how far you are till drawdown. You can see over here my accounts. I had 2 back-to-back wins, so I don't have drawdown anymore on these accounts. So these are back to 5,000, and you can see the rest of my accounts are they're a little closer, but they're not anywhere near drawdown anymore. And that's how you would find out where your drawdown would be. And this is the easiest way because it just shows you exactly how far your drawdown is. But either way, if your risk is proper, you should never go into like even close to your drawdown. Like my drawdown's never been like past 4,000 because whenever I lose a trade, it's like only 1,500 max. So it never really has any issues. So that's how you would do it. Again, log into your TradeAvate, click the plus button right here, go to accounts, drag your accounts to your workspace, click on this settings button here, turn on distance to drawdown, and it'll show you how far you are from your trailing drawdown. And you can see all my accounts right here. All right. So let's see. Vimal is asking Shauna, why is your profit different? It's because of the copier. Yeah, I kind of mentioned that when I looked at my profit. I said it's because of the copier, because it's like executing at different times. We have other profits over here. So we have a couple more people. We have Bloom over here, total profit of 1,380 for the day. Nice work, Bloom, all wins. We have Delicia, total profit of 3,900 on her first account and 580 on her second. So total profit of well over 4,000 for the day. Nice work, Delicia. We have Vince over here, total profit of 1,300 on his Apex and a total profit of 575 on his FTMO. Nice work, Vince. We have Kevin here, total profit of well over 1,000. Nice work, Kevin. And we have Matt over here, total profit of 1,870. Nice work, Matt. All right, so there goes the profits right there. Let me check the rest of the questions. Let's see. Cameron said, yeah, I have distance drawdown on all my accounts too. Nice to have without switching through all the accounts individually. Yeah, exactly. It makes a big difference. Eddie's asking for practice if I was using the PRB also. Can you show? Yeah, so sorry, 1 second. So a couple people were asking, how do I backtest, right? How do I backtest a different time period? So in order to do that, you just have to go to the specific contract. So let's go over here to the clean chart. I'll take this off. I'll just take everything off the chart. So if you guys want to see what the data was from, I don't know, like a year ago, like right now we're currently in YMH 2024. So if you type in YM, you'll see this drop down right here, right? The drop down will show you what symbols are for the specific months. So for example, right now we're in YMH 2024. This is March 2024, right? If you want to see March 2023, you just type this in with 2023. So YMH 2023, you type in YMH 2023, you hit enter, and here we go with the data for March of 2023. You guys see that? If I want to see what the data is for 2022, I don't know, I've never tried this before, but YMH 2022. And I got the data over here from 2022. That's how you would pull it up. It's super simple. Again, if you want to check the other contracts, you go to YM. YMH is what we're currently at. So June, the next month is going to be YMM. So you just type in YMM 2023 and you get the data right there. Nick is asking, but you can only load, I'm pretty sure you could load any of them. So like, for example, right here, if I wanted to go load, this is June 14, 2023, right? I want to go rewind there. Voila, I'm back in time. Back to the future. Yeah, so you can rewind it because you're on a specific contract. That contract has like the data that you're looking for. So you can load it as far back as you want. So if you want to go back to whatever date, I mean, that's how I backtest. So like when I said I was going to backtest the strategy, like back in like, way back then, I'm going to pretty much just go to each YM right here. And then for September, I'll do the same thing. I'll just go to, YMU 2023. And I'm like, okay, how was market moving in September of 2023? So I can just go back here, and if I want to look at how, like, say, for example, I'm like, okay, how is the breakout V3 working on September 14th of 2023, right? Let's go back over here to 6:30, turn on my indicators. And I'll pretty much just look right there. There's no V1 pattern. And yeah, basically just look for wherever the opportunity is here. Looks like there's no breakout V3 on this day. All right, so you guys can see it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Actually, there was a breakout V3 right here. Double body, buy signal. This was after 8 though, so I guess there was no entry. But that's pretty much how you would, backtest it. Let's see, Eddie said, made me upgrade to trading you premium for that. Okay, yeah, I guess you need premium. I mean, I've always had premium, so I don't know what it's like without premium. So you might have to have like the higher account size for that. There's a promo code on the website too if you want to. So if you really want to test it out and you don't want to pay for premium, you can use a promo code on the K2 website. Just create a new account and then just cancel it within a month. I think. I forget. I don't know. That code's been, I've been using that code, or that code's been available since like 2017. So it should still work. It's like it's a legacy code. So I created that code way back in 2017 and it still works till today. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for the market. I'm not really seeing too much going on here. As you can see, price is going sideways just like we anticipated. And I'm not expecting anything here to happen. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'm going to get off this live session. I'm going to get on the mentoring session real quick. There's not really too much to cover because all we have is a breakout V3. But if there's any other questions, I'll be on the mentoring session to answer. So, all right, guys, if you guys have any other questions regarding anything really, just reach out. Otherwise, I'll see you guys back here on Monday. If you guys want to sit in on the mentoring session, I'll post the link. You guys can hop in. But other than that, I will see you guys in a few moments.